Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti coming to you. Just breaking the hiatus from the holidays, and I've got a roster review update on Souldare, who's asked me to come and take a look at his roster and see what he's got going on. I did look at the old video because it's just one of those, I kind of want to go in and fresh and kind of see what was there. He's still running JKR in the arena from the looks of it at 12. As he's a shard main, I know that's still an effective team in that shard, and he's at 12 now, which is a good sign for him anyway. And he's won in his arenas, which is alright. The Fleet Arena. And let's have a look-see. Okay, so we're seeing basically what I'd expect to see. All of his relics are on his Falcon and his JKR team. None of it seems overdeveloped. They're all in the right range, 4 or 5 with the 7 on Yoda. Obviously, Kenobi for 7, if he's planning to go that route, would be a win. If he's going to go Malevolence, I'd like to see it on the bugs. But anyway, let's get into it here. Just going to go through what... not seeing much 501st style. Nothing on the clones. Let's go right into the Seps and see what's going on there. Okay, we've got some good development going on here. Obviously, Grievous looks to be underway and is about to be G12. I mean, overall, pretty decent development. Bugs are needing some gear, and the droids are still needing some gear, but decent. Let's look at Galactic Republic and see. Not much going on here. I don't see Padme popped, which he should have been able to pull off with the steps that he has. So that's that's a bit interesting. I mean, with the Kenobi and you know, Ahsoka's up to 10 now and stuff. I definitely want to see some development going for a Padme team. Right now, I still think Grievous and Padme are the two best bang for your buck teams right now. Kind of old school Night Sisters. Didn't expect much there. It's going for Sith Empire and see. Okay, he's not close to Darth Revan yet. Well, close-ish. Check out his Old Republic and see how that's looking. Okay. I don't see Karth. I don't see Jusaki or Canderous. So he's quite a ways away from getting Darth Revan, which means no Malak. So at this point, at this level of development, you gotta make a choice. You're getting either Malak, you're getting General Skywalker, and you need to do it, and you need to start moving that direction pretty fast. It's one of those. He's still getting some good ranks with his JKR team, but with no Anakin, it's going to be more and more difficult as more and more high-end Malaks move into the thing. And we're starting to see more General Skywalkers. A couple of people in our shard unlocked General Skywalker recently, so I'd expect more of that. First Order needs a little bit of work. This is something I expect to be pretty important in the near future. I've been putting a little bit of work into First Order myself. I still haven't added much gear levels, but I've been farming Faust and getting Kylo's command shuttle up to 7 stars. I assume there's going to be a First Order cap ship coming in the future, as we now have First Order TIE Fighter as the login character. All right, let's see where we at when it comes to C-3PO. Not much going on there. It's weird because he's in a position where he's not really cool. He's not really developed much in the way of either Malak or General Skywalker. At this point, one of these characters should be closer, in my opinion. And you know, I mean, you develop at your own speed, obviously, but yeah, that's something that I'm kind of a little bit concerned about when I'm going through and looking at stuff. So I could almost expect, like when you're looking at something like this, I'd almost expect him to have, like, I don't know, Stormtrooper Han up to run with Commander Luke, because doesn't have C-3PO, and he's not Doesn't look close to C-3PO at all. So yeah, that could be an issue. It's lower on the totem pole for me, but what about resistance? Not much going on resistance style. I mean, I don't think Resistance are the greatest team, and I'm really reluctant to put anything into them, but I know they're going to be important based on what's happening with Resistance versus First Order, with the new film and all that. I mean, it's not a ton of change from what I can tell. Let's go and look at ships. We see 12 there's good. Obviously, both relics there is good. Almost G11, I would imagine. I'll have to go have a look-see. Nothing on Wedge. Hasn't put much work in the bug ships. So we're not seeing any real development towards either the Malevolence or the Negotiator, and I think you're really holding yourself back by not picking one. Really, it's like one of those. It's the same thing right now with fleets as it is in squads. You need to like pick one or the other. And looking at the development of the characters that you have and the ships that you have, I think you're closer to the Malevolence than you are to Negotiator. And by going for General Grievous and the bugs and all that, you'd be better off probably aiming at General Skywalker. But there's more gearing that needs to happen in terms of the General Skywalker thing. So even then, you're probably still closer to getting Malik. It's crazy how much goes into getting General Skywalker at this point. But ships-wise, I can say you definitely look like you're closer to the Malevolence. And in terms of you're about to have G12 on Grievous, you've got development on your bugs. You just need to lock down those bug ships, which Spy and Soldiers come really easy through Galactic War Store, and you can get some Sunfac shards through there, Fleet Store, and obviously from the hard node in the Fleet hard node. But yeah, in terms of the stuff I want to be seeing, I guess the bright light is your Separatists. You've been putting work into the bugs, and you've been putting work into Grievous, which is very cool, very good, and it's definitely going to help your roster. Not seeing anything towards Padme, not seeing really anything towards C-3PO, which is kind of going to be a stumbling block for a lot of accounts going for General Skywalker, and not really seeing much development towards either the Malevolence or the Negotiator. So I think that should be a focus. Should pick, at the very least, pick one of the main characters. Like you can, your Falcon fleet is good. Get Cassian up to G11, so you get the every time crit, and yeah, and then you can basically go and pick either your Skywalker, General Skywalker, or Malik, and go for that. But with it, that's something I think is necessary for all accounts right now, is to really understand that one of these meta-defining characters has to be on your account as fast as you can. And same thing with the two new cap ships. They're built to screw up the Falcon fleets, so it's probably a good idea to get one, because sooner or later your fleet shard is going to be mostly the new cap ships, and the Falcon struggles on them. So with that in mind, it's just a real quick update. I mean, overall the account's pretty solid. Just needs to start moving in one direction or the other in both the fleet and in the arena. And hopefully, in the next 3-4 months or whatever, we come back and look at this again. Hopefully we'll see some good development. Hopefully you'll have at least the fleet going, or maybe one of the characters if you're going for one that's a little bit lesser on the gear requirements, like Malik versus General Skywalker. But all in all, pretty solid. And as always, have a good one.